everyone. Welcome to day 41 of our online quarantine Facebook yoga practice. Today we will be doing a Yin series, holding a few positions at the beginning for quite a long time, 5 minutes apiece, and in the middle we will have a little bit of flow. So as I prepare this class, I'd like us to come into a balasana, or a child's position. So wherever you find yourself, now your toes to be together, your knees to be as wide as you feel comfortable. And when you're ready, very slowly, just start to walk the hands forward. We're going to hold this for 5 minutes. So we're going to do our warm-up breathing in this position today. If the head does not comfortably come down to the ground, allow a block, a book, a pillow, anything that you might require just to put a little bit of pressure. Very nice to put a little bit of pressure in the Ajna chakra. And let's breathe here for 5 minutes. So as we warm up our practice, take a moment first to come into your body, come into this new position. Allow the arms to stretch out, but not so much that the shoulders are scrunching. You want to keep the shoulders down, away from the ears. Just start to feel the wave along your spine. And with every exhale, feel a wave of relaxation. Moving through the body and breathe. That's coming up to 1 minute here. So continuing to breathe, follow your own breath. Allow your own rhythm to come into the cycle. And on the chakra areas along the spine as we have come into a few chakra meditations. Take a moment now just to bring your awareness to your root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. This is in the very base of your being, the perineal region. This is the psychic point. So try to just detect a very subtle sensation. And in this position, also bringing awareness into the contact that we are making with the forehead on the ground. And just start to feel a cycle of energy moving from the Muladhara chakra to the Ajna chakra. Whatever visualization comes to you, just breathe through this. Now allow your attention to move up to the base of your spine, the Svadhisthani chakra. And feel a pulsation in this area. As you continue to breathe into your belly, that's 2.5 minutes. We'll hold it for exactly the same amount of time to continue. The balloon in your belly expanding and coming into the Manipura awareness. This is in our navel. So really allow your belly to drop down as you become aware of the psychic passage as you breathe. Imagine your belly button can touch down to the ground. And bring your awareness just to the front of the spine where our Manipura chakra resides. Continue to breathe deeply now into the heart region, Anahata chakra. So in the center of our chest and the spinal column, isolate this point and breathe into the space of your heart and really feel that expansion, that rhythm, that contraction of your natural breath. Continuing to breathe very deeply, Vichuddhi chakra in your throat, and you may begin to contract your glottis, introducing the Ujjayi breathing technique. And finally into your Sahasrara chakra in the crown of your head. And as you inhale, begin to visualize a white, bright light entering through the body, climbing down the spine, hanging on every one of those energy centers. Another 30 seconds in this position. So as you continue to breathe, preparing to bring some movement back into the body, just draw your awareness into your palms. And when you are ready, with a nice rounded spine, keeping the chin tucked into the chest, we're going to come up and over. If you need to walk the hands forward a little bit, you're absolutely welcome. Otherwise, we're just going to sink down onto our bellies. Let the legs widen and simply allow yourself to come down to a comfortable position. You may want to hold yourself up on your forearms and just take this position for a moment. Again, we're going to do a bit of breathing here. So first, setting up your hands, making sure your first knuckle, that's at the base of the index finger where your palm is connected with your digits. That is the point that takes the weight. Even in this position, don't allow the weight to go too much into the elbows or the forearms. Focusing it on that first digit and breathing deeply here. We're going to really focus on our three-part breath, drawing down to the belly. And as you do so, push a little bit more into all points of the arms, but really focusing on that first knuckle. Drop the shoulders down. Opening the chest, lengthening your throat, lifting your chin. Relax your face, relax your jaw. We're going to come into Viloma Pranayama. That's the staircase breath. So this position, we want to visualize ourselves climbing from the Svadhisthana chakra at the base of our spine up to the Sahasrara chakra at the top of the crown of our head, going through each of the chakras as we breathe. Now, we don't have to stop at each chakra mentally or even with our breath, but we are going to take it as a staircase. As a reminder, Viloma Pranayama, we will have a count of a 1, 1, 2, 2. So we inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, all for the same breath. So if our inhale is 3 seconds, we hold for 3 seconds, etc. Meaning the exhale will be 6 seconds with a 6-second hold. Okay, so I'll walk us through the first one and really pushing into the hands here, pushing into that first knuckle. And when you're ready, inhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Once you get to the top of your breath, begin to slowly exhale through the mouth, purse the lips through the mouth, and hold. Hold. Once you're at the bottom of your breath, again, inhale, hold. Again, inhale, hold. 3, hold, in, and at the top of your breath, exhaling through the mouth, purse the lips. Very good. Now you should start to feel the activation in your arms and your biceps. Let's give those arms a bit of a rest. So inhale, lifting up just for a moment to stretch the arms. We'll start with the left, lifting and looping it through. Adjust myself just for your demonstration. So lifting and looping it through. Don't squish your puppy. And exhale, letting left hand come all the way to the left. Palm facing upward. Right hand come all the way forward. Palm facing downward. And looking to the opposite direction. And let's hold here for 5. Relax your legs, relax your feet. 4. 3. 2. 1. And 0. Very good. On your next inhale, lifting, placing the palm down and changing hands. So inhaling, lifting the opposite, looping it through, lifting the palm to be upwards. As far as you can. You can also stretch the opposite arm, palm downward as far as you can, and turning the head to look to the other side and relax. We'll hold here for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And 0. Wonderful. When you're ready, let's lift the head, push back into the opposite palm, coming back to center and just stretching the arms all the way forward, lengthening, no weight on the palms. Just lengthen, stretching through the armpits. You can maybe push down with the forearms a little bit. And when you're ready, let's come back up into a puppy position. So palms facing downward. We can begin to lift ourselves back up. Now, puppy is similar to a child's position, except our hands are facing are lengthwise outward, and our legs stay at this 90 degree. So first find 90 degrees, tops of your feet facing downward, 90 degrees in the back of the legs, and start to melt your heart center downward. If it feels tight across the shoulders, you can always put a block and give a little bit of support. You can also, of course, put a bolster or a pillow behind your legs if you feel that that's where the tension is. If it's difficult on the knees or a bit sensitive in any way, what we want to be aiming for is getting the chest down and dropping the shoulders. So palms are spread, wrists, elbows are open, trying to get the chin down, looking forward, and we're going to hold this for 5. Relax your feet, relax your bum. 4. 3. 2, and 1. Very good. On your next, oh, and one more. Of course, 0 is our favorite number, isn't it? And when you're ready, inhale to start to lift. Bring the hands back under. And just for a moment, let's sit in Vajrasana. And palms upward, stretching out the wrists, also stretching out a little bit of the shoulders, lengthening the bicep. You can tilt yourself forward just a little bit here, starting to lengthen, pushing down in the wrists, and just lean back slightly, starting to create space in the wrists. Wrists, of course, very prone to injury. They get a lot of work. Tendinitis, typing at keyboards, playing guitar. So we really want to stretch out those wrists as well. And let's do the toes. So curling the toes under, sitting back. Don't forget the little guys. Holding here for just a moment. And you will have varying degrees of comfort with this pose, both throughout your day, throughout your practice. But it is wonderful to start to improve all of the nerve endings and therefore increase the sensation throughout the body. Sitting nice and tall. Exhale down, lean back. Now again, we can use this opportunity to stretch out our wrists a little bit. So palms facing downward, fingers pointing towards the toes and walking back until we also get a little bit of a stretch in the wrists. You can alter that with stretching the shoulders by bending your elbow. Or of course, you can focus exclusively on the ankles and come into a balancing position. When you're ready, let's come down and find a tabletop. So palms flat, pressing into the first knuckle, lining up all of the joints in the arms and in the legs. Flat tabletop position. Let's start to move into a cat-cow. So inhale, lifting your head, lift your spine, or excuse me, lift the base of your spine and let the rest of it just drop with your belly. And exhale, reverse the process. Don't lose that weight in your first knuckle. And follow your breath. Inhale as we lift. Exhale as we contract. We are going to come into our flow movement here. So we are going to do quite an elaborate practice on both sides. So just taking a moment to really feel all of the regions of the spine. You can shift the weight forward slightly or backward as you wish. You can let the hips sort of hang side to side. Wherever you feel the body needs movement. And when you're ready, let's begin. Left leg out. If this is where you're at today, this is a wonderful place to be. Otherwise, introducing the right arm. Balancing here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, let's move. Exhale, knee to the nose, elbow to the ribs. Flexion and extension 2 or 3 times, trying to make every movement a little bit more slow than your last. And on your next inhale, let's find a binding. So inhaling up, lengthen, bend the knee, and reach back and find the foot. Okay, the hand can be any way that's comfortable, either on the inside or the outside. and pushing in. Keep that weight in your first knuckle and breathing here. When you're ready, keep the leg up, lengthening it, drop the palm, and same hand to the same foot. This time, you'll naturally come to the front of your ankle, push the hips forward, drop the shoulder down, breathing deeply. And now as we drop this foot down, we're going to drop it out to the side. So dropping the hand and drop the foot out to the side. Okay, and I'll adjust myself just for demonstration. If your left foot is out, let's raise your right arm and come into a twist. One breath here. And exhale, drop that hand and inhale, opposite side twist. This time, let's introduce a bit of a leg stretch. So focusing upward with the palm and let that foot lift and roll over so it's extending and really opening up the back of the knee. And on your next exhale, we're going to come into a modified Janu Shirsasana. So let's bring the hand down as we start to come down into a Ardha Vajrasana or half hero position. So we're folding down onto one leg. Opposite hand is coming down onto the foot, right? So exhale, bring the hand down to the foot or the ankle or the knee. You can use your strap as well if you'd like a bit of hold in that movement. Otherwise, let's exhale, coming down just for one breath. Keep the left toes pointing forward. And let's start to inhale, lift. Let that left arm crawl up the leg. And come into a nice side bend here. Pushing into that standing foot. Pushing into the outer edge of your foot, feeling the whole side body completely releasing. And let's tip to the opposite side. So inhale and windmill that arm all the way out to the side. So in a nice long side gate, a half dog, or a half side dog rather. And again, let's just lift, come into a bit of a star balance, looking upward. And now we're just going to kind of helicopter our upper arm to the front. So we're in a side balance now. We're going to come back to center. So your left arm up, your left leg up. Let's bring your arm forward, left leg comes back, and right arm again. We find ourselves in our original position. And hold here just for a moment. And exhale, crossing over, coming into a shoelace. Tight knees. And exhale, coming down. Now you don't have to sit. You can let your hips hang out in the air. You'll feel a real deep release. If you'd like to come in, have a seat. You are welcome. And we're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3. If you are sitting, you can bring your thumbs and just give a little massage to the instep of your feet. Very yin energy activation point. One more breath here. And when you're ready, let's lean forward, shifting the weight, planting the hands. And that back leg is again going to lift up, over, and stepping forward and walking over into a pigeon position. So 2 very deep hip openers back to back. These are our peak poses in this flow. Now, if your hips are very open, your pigeon can be flying a little bit higher. The calf can be, or the shin can be parallel with the top of the mat. Otherwise, bring your heel in a little bit towards the groin. If it's just absolutely not happening, bring in a block, or you can even just come into, again, a Ardha Vajrasana or a half hero sitting position and just sort of start to get that hip opening and play with this. Wherever you find yourself, we're going to take position and we're going to hold this for 1 minute. So breathing nice and deeply. Hips and shoulders, that's the culprit, that's the target. You can want to wiggle your jaw in this position as well. Jaws and hips tend to hold a lot of emotion. Whatever you may feel in this pose, just let it pass, let it go. That's 30 seconds already, so another 30 seconds, and really get into the sensations, the changes, as you move through the different phases of this position. It's 1 minute. When you're ready, nice and slowly lift the head, walk the hands back. In this back leg, we're going to swing around all the way to the front. So inhale, swing, and plant it down. Toes should be in line with the heel, excuse me, not the heel, with toes should be in line with the knee. If they are not in line, or if you feel off kilter, lengthen the bottom leg and find alignment. What you want to be sure of is that your hips are parallel. Wherever you find yourself, we're going to come into Matsyendrasana twist. So if your right leg is up, we're going to bring our left elbow forward. So inhale, arms up halfway. Exhale, left arm forward. Bend the left elbow into the right knee and twist. Right hand is pillar behind us, acting as a column for our spine, pushing into that first knuckle. Twisting with everything you've got. Eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Twisting is a digestive agent. Let anything that comes to you go. And on your next breath, let's release the elbow. Upper leg swings back and into a deer position. So having the pelvic floor tilting downward, both knees bent. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold and walk to the side. Or slink over to the side, however you get there. And breathe. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, coming back to center, coming back to our body, coming back to Konasana, butterfly position. Take a moment just to bounce both sides. You're lengthening in your spine. As we prepare to do the same thing on the other side. So let's go from a butterfly to a table. So when you're ready, we're just gonna fold both knees over, coming back to our tabletop position, lining ourselves up, focusing on the first knuckle, lining the joints of the limbs, and inhale, cat-cow, just a few motions to get into your body and sort out any kinks that may have arisen. And when you're ready, we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So this time, the right leg. And if that's enough, that's wonderful. If you'd like to introduce the left hand, be my guest. Feel length in the limbs. Use your eyes for balance if you find the stability is challenging. Otherwise, let's move. Exhale, knee to the nose, elbow to the ribs. And breathing nice and slowly 2 or 3 times. And on your next exhale, let's bind. So bending that foot, reaching back, finding the foot or the ankle, the toes. You can use your strap if you like. Trying to keep the weight on the first knuckle of the balancing hand. And breathing here, twisting, balancing, strengthening, lengthening, relaxing. Multiple cogs moving all at the same time here. Let's move the opposite arm down, keep the leg lifted, and coming out to side stretching position. So again, feel the weight in that first knuckle, feel open in the front of the joints, the hips and shoulders, the knees and elbows. And when you're ready, into a side gate. So exhale, bring the leg down to the side. If your right leg is out, right hand drops, left arm lifts, coming into a twist. Make sure your right feet are pointing forward and the right outer edge of your foot is taking the weight. Exhale down, changing arms, inhaling up. Feel the shoulders stacked upon one another. And when you're ready, let's exhale. Modified Balasana. So bring the hand down to the ankle and it can slide up as you begin to sit down. Opposite arm can continue to reach forward and try to bring the head down. Keep the weight on the outer edge of that long, lengthening leg. And now as we inhale, we're going to keep the hand connected to the foot and lift the opposite arm, and that arm can come up as necessary. So as your body lifts, your arm will naturally lift. Imagine you're between 2 panes of glass. Again, your weight is on the outer edge of your foot. Feeling a nice side stretch. And let's inhale, getting into a nice long side dog. So arms rolling through, again pushing into the outside edge of your foot. And into a bit of a helicopter move. So upper arm is going to come forward and that side leg is going to come back, lifting the opposite arm. So we're back to our original cat-cow balancing position. Keep that leg moving over. So crossing the backs of the knees, walking the feet out, and finding yourself in a nice shoelace hip opener, whether you're hanging around in the air or whether you're able to come down, whatever you feel is comfortable. And breathe. On your next inhale, shifting the weight, planting the palms. That back leg is going to come up, up, and around. Planting the sole, walking the foot out to the edge of the mat, and exhale, coming down. And again, we'll find our shoelace position, and we're going to hold this for 1 minute. So when you're ready, trying to make contact with the forehead and the ground, feeling the breath rolling along the spine. It's just over 30 seconds. We'll hold for another 30 more. Feel the body opening. Feel the body wanting to open. Feel the body appreciating the time that you are spending here. Yin is not like other types of exercise, and yin is not like other types of yoga. Yin gets into the deep fascia tissue and essentially resets your DNA. That's 1 minute. So let's inhale, lift. That long lengthening leg in the back is going to come around and twisting over, planting the foot. Okay, so again, that back leg is going to come up and around and planting the foot on the outside edge of your bent knee. If that's not available, lengthen your bottom leg, and if that's not available, allow this leg to come a little bit closer to the ankle and just start to feel that position and posture wherever you find yourself. Let's find Lord of the Fishes. That is what this pose translates to, Matsyendrasana. When you're ready, inhale, opposite elbow to the opposite knee, and putting a bit of a torque, a bit of a tweak. Back hand can lengthen your spine. Breathing deeply. Twisting is a digestive agent. Whatever you feel here, let it go. On your next inhale, releasing the elbow, lifting and opening the back leg, coming into a deer position, so trying to keep both knees bent, pelvic floor flat, inhaling arms up, shoulders down, lengthening forward, and slowly walking or slinking yourself over to the side, however you manage to get there. And let's breathe into the side body, opening the hips, opening the shoulders, dropping the neck, feeling all of the healthy twisting and lengthening extension in your spine. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, coming back to center and finding Konasana. Butterfly position, soles of the feet together, hanging on to the toes or the feet, and just allowing a bit of a bounce, dropping the shoulders down, lengthening the spine. And again, drawing your awareness into this Sahasrara chakra, the crown of your head, and just feel that passage. This is the Sushumna, the main energy channel that is in the center of the body. Ida on the left, Pingala on the right. This is our energy flow, the three main channels or nadis, of which there are thousands in the body. Where they intersect is where we have an energy center known as chakra. We're going to come into a back bend here, sitting at a desk or being in a garden, much more preferable, is happening to most of us these days as spring in quarantine is upon us. So keeping your legs in Konasana, we're going to hold this position for a little bit longer. So we're going to hold for a 5-minute mark today. If this is your first class with us, you may want to be a little bit less. Otherwise, find your position. Exhale down, feel the opening between the shoulder blades, and of course adjusting the block, low, medium, or high as you need. Once you find groundedness, inhaling arms up, exhaling down, find comfort. If you have pain or discomfort, adjust it. And then exhaling, opening the arms, and feel the block just clenching. You're being clenched rather by the shoulders. You can have another block to support your head or lengthening the throat. Already that's 1 minute, just coming into the pose. So another 4 minutes here. And relax. Coming up to 2 minutes now. If at any point, of course, you feel pain or discomfort, come out of the pose or ease up out of the pose a few inches. Wherever you are, find the balloon in your belly, length expanding, lengthening your breath. The side ribs expanding, deepening your breath. It's coming up to 3 minutes. Feel the opening in the front body. Feel the depth or the quality of the breath. Last 90 seconds. Let's inhale, bring our arms up, and then exhale, bring them out to the side, and really again clench the block between your shoulder blades. On your next inhale, bend the elbows, interlace the fingers, finding your skull and supporting that weight, that heavy, heavy lump, that mass on the top of your shoulders. And bring the elbows together and chin into the chest, stretching out the cervical spine. And feel the depth that the block presses into the thoracic spine, trapezoids, and just release. Hold for another 30 seconds. Wonderful work, everybody. That's our 5-minute mark. So when you're ready, keeping the chin tucked into the chest, releasing the hands, allowing the arms to push you up slightly. Let's open the legs, releasing that Konasana position, nice wide straddle. And exhale, forward fold. So inhaling, arms up, and with a nice straight back. Exhale, where you find your hands is part of your edge. Let the palms slide down ever so slightly. And once you've reached your capacity, let your head hang down. Let the weight of your head draw more space in your spine, and breathe. We are going to hold this position again for 5 minutes. In these yin positions, we have to remember 3 things: time, stillness, and your edge. Without spending the time here, we will not be able to access the fascia, and therefore will not experience the benefits of the practice. Stillness is important so that the core muscles, those biceps, triceps, quadriceps type of muscles that we usually associate as being stretched, we have to completely allow those to relax in order to get to the fascia. If we start contracting our more mass muscle tissue, we will not be able to access the fascia. That's 1 minute. Start to feel the changes happening in the body and just observe. Breathe through the phase change and welcome this new energy, this new quality of sensation. It's coming up on 2.5 minutes. So we'll hold this for another 2.5 minutes longer. Focusing on the breath in the upper backs of the lungs. Focusing on the wave rolling through the body, releasing any tension upon your expiration, be it physical or mental or otherwise. Just let it go. As morning mist raises from a forest pond, visualize these molecules lifting up into the ether and returning from whence they came. This does not belong to you. Always keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears. That's coming up on 4 minutes. 1 more minute, and just pay attention to the difference that you feel now as opposed to just coming into this position. As you breathe, lengthen your spine, claiming space. Let the gravity help you. And as you exhale, release. Wonderful work today, everyone. When you are ready, that's our 5-minute mark. Very slowly starting to come up vertebrae by vertebrae. And let's go straight back. Preparing for Shavasana, but bending the legs up. So keeping the legs bent on either side of your mat. Feel that decompression in your lower back. You may want to let the legs flail side to side, not exactly a windshield wiper, but just a little bit of a lower sacrum massage. Or conversely, if you do want to go all the way, you can start to move the shoulders and put a bit of a back bend. Whatever you find your body craving, just listen and receive. On your next inhale, let's bring the arms by our side, palms facing downwards, feet flat. Bring the heels just a few inches away from the buttocks. We're going to come into a reverse lift. Gentle with your neck. Do not look around. If you need to watch me first before you try, please do so. Otherwise, we may risk injury. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your spine, and really roll back into the shoulders. Nice little shoulder massage here. Tuck the chin into the chest. This is our stage 1. If you're comfortable here, return. Let's exhale, coming down. And once you're ready, let's explore stage 2. Unless you just want to stay in stage 1, which is perfectly fine. When you're ready, inhaling up, finding stage 1, pushing into your feet, chin into the chest. Stage 2, we start to walk the arms inwards, so almost rolling the biceps, and interlace the fingers underneath the mat and lifting just a little bit higher. And exhaling down, release the hands, walk the shoulders out, and vertebrae by vertebrae, let's come back. One last stage, unless you like stage 1, inhale, find your place here. Or stage 2, walking the biceps in, interlacing the fingers. Or stage 3, bending the elbows, thumbs pressing into the outer edge of the spine. And lift your hips here, fingers on the outside edge of your waist. Pressing into the feet. Do not let your arms do all the work here. And exhale, release stage 2. Release stage 1. And let's find ourselves coming into Shavasana. Lengthening your legs. Allowing the toes to flail out to the side, palms facing upward, arms a few inches from the body, fingers curling in slightly. Breathe into your belly. Allow your consciousness to rotate through your body, releasing any tension. Rotating your consciousness through your body, relaxing every muscle, every bone, every organ, every thought, every dream, every fear, every hope. Just let everything go with your exhale. The only thing that causes suffering is expectation. So as we release our expectation with our muscle tension, we feel that sense of peace warming through the body. Keeping your eyes closed, mind open, heart soft, breath deep, body relaxed. When you are ready, very gently begin to turn to the left side. Allow the head to turn to the right side. Wiggling your fingers and toes, interlacing the arms, coming above the head, and folding to the left side and the right side. Exhaling down. Inhaling. Bringing the hands to the knees, knees to the chest, and rolling side to side, up and down. Feeling a gentle release in the lower back. And on your next exhale, let's roll over onto the right side, lifting the right arm as a pillow in our original yoga position, the fetal position. Take a moment to send your love to those who have helped you get here. Take a moment to send your strength to those who are suffering. Allow a smile to come across the face, releasing energy from the practice, reminding yourself the effects of yoga continue long after we leave the mat. And when you are ready, and only when you are ready, gently coming back up to a comfortably seated position. Taking a moment to feel the effects of the practice on the body. Taking a moment to feel the depth of the breath. It is traditional to close with a breath expansion, energy creation, Om, chanting 3 times. Bring your thumbs into the chest. Press your thumbs into the sternum. Feel the rhythm of your heart. Fingers pointing outward, giving direction to your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Atman Namaste. Please let me remind you You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the emotions, you are the light, you are what is, what was, and always will